Yes, I bless all of and greetings to all the I them. You know, it is I, Ricki with an I, and I am flanked by woo, the 284 news team. And on this evening's, whatever time you're watching this, on this episode of The Couch, we are going to be getting to know the Kyla, Ronn, and Jovan a bit better outside of the regular old. Yes, this is 284 News. So we're going to go to a quick commercial break and we'll be right back with these three crazy people.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
Yes, people, and as I said, we are here on the couch with Ronn, Jovan, and Kyla from 284 News, and we're going to be getting a chance to see them in a different light, you know, outside of the regular news desk and all the seriosity and what's not.
Curiosity? The curiosity, Ricki, really?
Yeah, it's a word.
Let him live.
It is a word. It
Let
is a
him.
word. You never heard about seriosity?
The curiosity.
Ricki makes up words, and you guys knew.
No, seriosity is a look. I'm not even getting into that argument. But what we're gonna do now is people are more accustomed to you guys on the news and what's not. But I'm gonna give you this chance to introduce yourselves outside of the news to our viewing audience. So we could start with Jovan, and then we go to Ronn, and then Kyla. So go ahead now. Do what you do.
Well, I'm Jovan Wilson. I am a 30-year-old Guyanese, blessed to be living here in the British Virgin
You're a
Islands.
30-year-old Guyanese?
Yes.
A 30-year-old
30-year-old.
Oh, I said 30-year-old.
30 years
Okay,
old.
okay.
Blessed to be living here in the BVI. I really enjoy the outdoors. I love getting into the water. Why are you laughing at me, boy?
You enjoy the outdoors, but you can't go outside right now.
Ricki.
He's wrong for
Anyways,
that.
viewers. Really down to earth, really fun. Love helping people, love making people smile, love laughing. Simple person.
Okay. What?
No, Ron.
No?
You go
No
ahead.
ladies
No,
first?
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Your
Go
turn.
ahead.
Hello, beautiful people. Ron here. My colleagues call me Ron. My parents call me Ron. Wife calls me Chocolate Thunder.
Okay.
But you could call me Ron too. Similar to Jovan, I like the outdoors, just a really laid back.
Okay, I got it.
I could see the water from my house. Too.
Yeah.
So that's enough for me.
It works.
That's really
It
enough
helps.
for me.
That
Right
hot.
about now. Yeah, I could see the water.
That hot. That's seriously hot
Yes.
just now.
And if I'm deliberate, when I'm on my way to work, I could just touch the water.
Touch the water.
Yeah. But yeah, that's me. Just Ron.
Okay. And Kyla?
Kenisha.
Okay.
Yes.
Look, people, every
Yes.
time, every single time Kyla comes on the couch, it's always this one big argument.
And I can't understand.
But that's
Exactly.
her-
And I can't understand
but
why
that's
you
her name,
can't
though.
get it right. It's the third time around, Ricki.
She wants you to address her properly.
Properly.
Ricki
Would you like me?
Martinez.
Would you like me to call you Ricki with a Y?
Right.
No, you can't call me Ricki with a way
Right.
because calling me Ricki with a Y would mean that I'm questioning myself, but I know myself, so I'm not questioning myself. But you are Kyla. Regardless
You're
if
not
it's
gonna confuse
Kenisha
me,
or
Ricki.
what, but you're still Kyla. You're always Kyla.
No,
No?
But yes, viewers, Kyla Kenisha here, the newest member of the 284 News team. But outside of that, I am a podcaster, a media personality. I do a lot of things, to be honest. But yeah, that's in essence who I am.
Okay. And well, everybody already introduced themselves. So now that you guys know a bit more about who they are, we're gonna get straight into the nitty gritty. And Kyla, Kenisha, just because you hit me a blow just now, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna hit you something.
Wow. Okay.
You mentioned your podcast.
Yes.
Your podcast started when?
Last year, August.
Last year, August. Okay. the people want to know
Okay.
when are we getting a new episode of the
Well,
podcast?
I'm glad to say that just yesterday,
Uh-huh.
a new
Aha.
episode was uploaded by entitled "The Whole Phase."
The
The
who?
whole phase. H-O-E. Yes.
Happiness over everything.
With
Happiness over everything.
You'll have to listen to know
Heaven on earth.
what it's really about. But I was blessed with in the presence of April Glasgow. So make sure you go over to Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, tune in. If
Sounds
you
like a
really
hot
want to
episode.
know who Kyla is outside of 284, that's exactly where you need to be.
Nice.
So you do it with April.
Yes.
April is such a mogul. Listen, I'm such a huge fan of April. She's like the perfect
You-
representation.
You
of
are
it.
a fan of April. I am an air conditioner of April. You are not
Oh my
on
goodness.
level. I'm telling you.
April
Wow, air conditioner.
makes this man happy. Say hi. Say hi.
Oh, but I mean, that's definitely great news. The title alone makes it very,
And it
very-
has 2 parts to the episode.
So one
it's-
wasn't
it's-
enough.
It's jam packed. Okay?
whole thing.
It's jam packed. I can
Wow.
promise you that.
So,
Okay.
can you give us a bit of an insight?
No, viewers.
Don't fall into the trap.
Exactly.
Yes, let them go
So,
follow. Okay.
Go look for Such a Girl podcast
Yeah.
on Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, or Stitcher.
Yes.
And yeah,
Okay.
it will be worth it.
Awesome, sir. So, okay. I know you guys mentioned about your love for being on the outside and what's not. So, how have you managed to adapt to this almost new way of living with COVID-19 and what's not?
It's been difficult, you know. It's been super difficult. I am an outdoor person. I really love indulging, especially in the British Virgin Islands where we're blessed with so much pristine beauty. I really love getting outside, getting into the water. I tell people all the time, you know, I pick up
Yeah.
myself. You know, Ron likes to call me the staycation queen. Literally, like, it gives me so much fulfillment and joy to be able to step out. And I feel like, Ricki, we don't do that enough, you know. We take a lot of this beauty for granted. And I think now that we're in this phase where we're in a mandatory lockdown, even more we're realizing
Girl, I tell you, I don't do man.
mandatory,
Girl.
whatever Ricki says, we're realizing the importance now. We're seeing how much we took it for granted and how much we want to be outside. So it's been tough for me in that regard, especially since too the government just announced that beaches are also on curfew.
Listen.
We're not allowed to visit the beaches. The beaches are quarantined. So it's been rough in that regard. However, I must say, professionally, it's been a great adjustment for me. I feel like as reporters, we have the beautiful opportunity to be mobile and be able to capitalize on everything that's going on. And I think this opportunity has really shown us, especially 284 Media as an engine and as a brand, that we could do this wherever we are, you know, and still be able to keep that engine going. So, yeah.
Like she was just went into straight pageant
Pageantry.
mode.
I love it.
Like, yes, let me answer this question. But yeah, Ron, Kyla.
I've been living through my photos.
yeah?
I've been blessed to be able to travel quite a bit, and ever since the lockdown, as I said, I could see the water from my home, but I've been literally going through my photos and living through them. So one day I'm on the horse track racing, racing horses. The next day I'm golfing. The next day I'm in Amsterdam with my family. Just living through my photos and keeping amidst work, because as media professionals, one of the things that could be overwhelming is that we're consumed by so much content, and working from home, there's no really, there's no on and
time.
off.
No off
Yeah,
button.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's, you know, you're constantly absorbing and taking in content. So for me, I've just been living through my photos, and I've actually been really enjoying it. It's brought back a lot of memories for me,
Man,
and
you better than me,
I've been
man.
having a really, really fun time. Yeah, so we'll see what I'm doing tomorrow.
Okay.
where you'll be tomorrow.
Yes, where I'll be and what I'll be doing.
Well, okay. Kenisha?
For me, honestly, I think I've been thriving
Oh, yeah?
in this environment, to be honest. you guys have spoke about just the work aspect about it. It's been really fast paced for us as reporters. I think we have all learned together and separately what it really means to be a reporter. But also for me, I think I've been striving because as the world have slowed down, it gave me a chance to kind of reposition and to think and to what really matters. So I've really been focusing on what really matters in these times, and I've been enjoying it, to be honest.
And who really matters?
And
Right.
who really matters? Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's.
What have you been doing, Ricki?
Yeah, true.
I don't be asking the man the question. This is his show.
Listen, I get to ask you, what have you been doing? You had trying to mind our business.
Actually, what I've been doing is compiling questions to ask you guys on
wow.
the couch.
Wow.
Good answer.
And the next question is what do you miss most about outside?
The water.
Jovan said it. The
So,
beach.
So
The water.
all of y'all just miss the beach?
The
Because
water.
when Premier Foy gave the announcement that the beach was closed,
Everybody did like, what?
I was heartbroken.
What?
I was really heartbroken inside because I was ready on the 20th or whenever I was allowed to say it. I don't know.
He knew.
I was ready.
He knew.
I already picked out my bathing suit for
Okay.
that day. It was lined up. And then he told me that the beach was closed. So.
I mean, he knew. He knew once everybody was out. That's the first place we were heading.
You know what?
For a drink and to the beach.
You know what I found funny is like as soon as the announcement was made, Sarah Harrigan,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Elizabeth,
The whole
Hey,
thread.
Elizabeth. she went crazy on Facebook. It's like she misses the beach so much because I mean she's somebody who
Ricki,
think
it's a real problem.
yeah.
It's a real
It's sad.
But not
But
for,
you know-
not for
but
I,
you
you know,
know
because check it out. Yeah, I want to go beach, but the eye good, you know, because I could just go up Sage Mountain and take a hike, you know, up in the hills, you know, and I good, you know. You check it out. I have to go beach.
Have you-
Water
have
does
you went to
something
the
different,
hills?
Man. It just
Huh?
hits different.
Say that again?
Have you went to the hills since? Are you missing the hills right now since you're in lockdown?
Of course. Sage Mountain is a place that I go to. It's one of our national treasures, one of our national parks. It's a place that I go to when I want to relax, release, take in some nice, clean air. I mean, it's just one of
It
those
is. It's a
places
great
I always
experience.
have to go to when I want
Definitely.
to ease my mind and stuff like that. I mean,
never thought
different
of it.
strokes for different folks.
I
Some
want me
people
to set on
have the
bush,
beach.
so. Me about a bush life.
I mean, but okay, I
You're
mean,
no bush
we
life.
could
Ron
definitely
is
see
not
you're
a
definitely
bush
not
life.
about the bush life because
Facts.
you looking at you. It's like we've been on you would call it lockdown for let's say
Too
about
long.
too long. But you have a fresh
I don't understand.
Why you had to bring that
Oh.
up?
oh
Our barbers,
Okay,
our
we don't-
barbers an essential worker.
Listen. There's no way.
ah
I am coming on to it for news. Okay? With no, and somebody said to me, they were like, but it ain't so bad. You could, I'm like, me about that life. Not this guy right here.
okay.
Something God gives.
So, Ron, did you learn or do we have essential barbers?
We have essential persons that cater to my.
Essential workers?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
so you're saying you have the hookup. What we gonna
Oh,
do?
dear
Stick a pen. Let's go to a quick commercial break and we'll come back and discuss some more stuff with the 284 News team. What?
Some claim that the age of a true gentleman is far behind us, but here at 284 Media, we disagree. He may appear in different guises today, but the values and ideals that make him a gent still stand. 284 Media proudly presents its newest talk show, The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, with yours truly, Ronn Grant. A show poised to help guide modern-day men into 21st century distinguished gentlemen. Don't worry, it's not all about suits and bow ties, but raw, real-life lessons that translate to grounded, community-minded, well-rounded men. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, a 284 Media production.
Yes, and we are back with Mr. Ronn Grant, who has an essential barber. So if you have an essential barber, how come you girls don't have an essential hairdresser?
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
It's a sore spot for me
Listen.
right now.
Right. No problem. I'm upset right now.
I am
to be
not
honest.
doing well
I'm
in-
offended, actually.
No,
You know
no,
what I mean?
feel away. Okay, let's clear that negative energy and let's talk about something a bit more positive.
Thank you.
My next question for you guys is: if you had $1 million right now, what would you do with it?
Do you want the pageant answer? Do you want the professional answer?
I would travel though. That's a big one.
Travel go where?
Right now.
Oh yeah, travel go
Right
to
now.
anywhere.
Oh, right at this
Right
moment?
now, right now, if I
Right
had
now.
$1 million
Yes.
and my $1 million could pay to get COVID-19 the heck out of our space right about
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
that's what
Just
I would
go.
be doing.
True.
Take it and
Just go.
COVID,
True,
just take
true.
it and go.
So you
Look,
look.
Yeah,
Let's-
just-
let's
just
go.
take it and go.
Take.
Yeah.
Just go. Take
It's
it.
a
Go.
lot of craziness.
Yeah,
Rod,
man.
take your wallet back,
$1
please.
million
I'm gonna need you to
Ain't
take
got
it.
nothing in there.
Ricki, let me see.
No, but seriously,
$1 million.
you would take $1 million. And
If that was the answer right now, I would absolutely dedicate all finances and all methods to just
Yeah.
being over with it. Yeah,
And to help
absolutely.
I feel like-
persons who have been affected
Yeah,
economically, to be honest.
I feel like but I would keep a little bit, just a little bit, to staycation in the BVA.
I'm sure you could staycation somewhere in the BA for $50.
Listen to me. Yeah, I think we share the same sentiment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question then. Interesting. If you were the premier of the BVI, what would you do differently to lead the country through this COVID-19 pandemic?
Open
Love
the
the
beach.
question.
Open the beach first and put some markers
Uh-huh.
6 feet apart. So Jill have her spot, I have my spot, Ron have my spot. That's the only thing I would do differently. Because other than that, I think our premier has been doing a really great job, to be honest.
To be honest, I kind of agree with you on your last compliment. The Premier and the government of the Virgin Islands collectively have been doing a good job. I think I wish they were more forthcoming with information on the stimulus because a lot of people, Ricki, as we speak, are affected. I mean, a lot of our co-workers, a lot of the people, our family and friends that we know have been laid off from their jobs. And a lot of people do not know where their next meal is coming from, how they're going to pay their bills, how they're going to pay their utility bills, their rent. Landlords do not know how they're going to pay their mortgages. So for me, personally, a lot of the anxiety that we're feeling and a lot of the fears comes from not knowing what's next. And so for me personally, I would have been more forthcoming, at least with information on the stimulus plan.
Okay.
Well, I think the ladies would agree that none of them would want me to be the premier. But if I were in that position, and I'd echo that sentiment as well before I say what I have to say, I do think the government of the Virgin Islands, the Foy-led administration, have been doing everything in their power.
Yes.
But if I were in his position, I would have given a proper, more straightforward answer as it pertains to a stimulus package a
Yes.
very, very long time ago. Yes, I would have
True.
made sure
Because
that was the
It's
first,
been something.
the first
it's been something
agenda.
That, it's
Because
been
one,
something.
like we know, a lot of countries too. The unfortunate thing about this reality is that it's unprecedented. But we've seen so many countries across the region really preparing ahead of the hit.
Absolutely.
You know, ahead of their patient zero. What is our plan going into this? Is the virus to hit our shores? And I feel like we needed to be a bit more proactive. I mean, I agree that once we identified cases that we did all that we could to contain the virus. But prior to that, I feel like we could have been a bit more proactive.
But then I think the question begs to be asked: what is the holdup then, or why aren't they forthcoming? I think we have to ask these questions
But the
because
whole up is we got our money.
exactly.
Right.
On that note,
Okay. On that note,
And even on that, we have to compliment the government because even though we are a British overseas territory, we are not getting the assistance that we want. Right. So we are not getting the assistance that we need from the United Kingdom. You know what I mean? So
Well-
now we're just depending on our own
Well,
reserves, and that is just only so
Joe,
much.
let me say this though, and you mentioned about we're not getting the assistance from the United Kingdom, and that begs the question to why are we going to the United Kingdom for assistance? First and foremost, we are not the only overseas territory.
That is true.
Second
I
of
agree.
all,
But
second of
wait,
all, hold on. Second of all,
we're doing news. We're literally having
oh
a
my
conversation
God, we went
People-
back to
about
the
news.
newscast.
And this is
Wow.
not.
Wow.
And this is not the news.
good call,
No,
Kyla.
Like
But-
for real.
Tune in tomorrow to the news.
no. The
Tomorrow for the
social
news.
social distance. That's thank you. Yes,
So
sir.
tune in tomorrow for the
I
news.
was about to go head to head now.
Yeah, listen.
Legit. I started hot.
We have- yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I think you guys made some excellent points, but I have a next question. We talk about essential businesses being open, and I can't help but notice the white styrofoam cups
I
on
got
the
water
set.
in my cup.
Water. Well, since it's water, do you think that bars should have been included in the names of places that
No,
would be
Ricki.
allowed to
No.
open for phase one?
No,
Honestly, no.
The bar is not an essential service.
How you mean?
If you need a drink, have an essential bar at your
home,
house.
yeah.
It's completely unnecessary. Do
But
you
no.
trust us, Ricki, really?
How?
Once
No.
we get out, that's it. We cheers
what?
and we hugging,
Ricki,
we kissing.
So you're saying they couldn't allow for?
I agree with the ladies in that sense. I think prior to, I think the wonderful folks at Caribbean Sellers could tell you
Listen.
the
Oh,
days
yeah.
leading up to
Yeah.
the days leading up to the
For
lockdown.
sure.
Yeah.
They probably cashed a
Yeah.
little coin
The profit.
because persons wanted to make sure that they were stocked up before. But I can tell you from now, listen, anyhow that was the case, and you said, okay, yeah, I'll give you an hour.
Exactly.
It's not
I
gonna
wouldn't
happen.
be there.
Yeah, yeah.
And another thing is, alcohol is one of them industries too, recession free, Whether we doing good or bad, alcohol is selling.
True.
So understand that people in the midst of all this depression and anxiety and all that, people really need something, I mean, might not be a need.
Well, understand this too culturally, and I think a lot
Yeah.
of people want to run from it. A lot of people try to sideline, but culturally within the British Virgin Islands, alcohol and the social activity is quite a huge aspect of our
culture.
daily lives,
Yeah.
our
Of
course,
culture.
yeah.
People are
Yeah.
accustomed to being able to
The
go
thing
and
about it, I
the
remember.
Caribbean thing, man.
yeah, it's engraved.
It's interesting because I saw somebody post something on Twitter like sometime or last year, and there was a time I decided I want to go out and trade. They posted saying you cannot go to a bar in the BVI and somebody does not offer you a drink.
Facts.
Right.
I
Yeah.
did it,
True.
and it's like I decided I'm not buying any drinks today.
Ricki,
And
True.
I
It has
went-
rules.
I went
It
this-
has.
yeah.
It's a thing.
when I first returned to the BVI,
Yeah.
it's one of the most refreshing things I came across. Listen, the beaches are beautiful. I love that, yeah. But when you go to the bar, ladies, you don't even need to walk with
Yeah,
money.
true,
Like you have
true.
like 10 men in line.
You
like,
need mad
do
money.
You need
You
a
need
drink?
mad money just
Do
in
you-
case I don't want to talk to
Yeah,
you.
Yeah.
Vex money.
Just in case.
Vex
just
money.
in case.
You don't
but,
even need it, right?
So you're saying
but
women?
other than that,
Uh-huh.
no, you like nah. Once you got once you got it as a lady,
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
So
Yeah, you go home with the amount of money that you need.
Sound like an easy way to get poison.
No,
so women-
no,
We're watching. No. We're watching
hold
them
on,
pour
hold
the
on,
drinks.
hold on.
We're watching them
Hold on.
pour the drinks.
So are you implying that women in the BVI do not have to pay for drinks when they go?
No, we're not implying. We're telling you.
we said
We're
it.
telling
That,
you.
oh, that's it?
We're telling you.
Yeah.
It's a fact. It's a given. To the point where when I made this post, a lot of the men were like, "Well, the next drink is on you,"
Right.
But
no, but
it's a reality,
it's a
and I
cultural
love that.
thing.
I
It's
really
a
do love
cultural
that.
thing, and
I
we
do.
love our men for it.
Yeah.
It's a custom. It's something that we pride ourselves on. You see a friend come to the bar, you see a lady that you like to see, come to the bar, you send a drink. It's a
Make
message,
it-
it's some
make it-
respect, it's everything.
Make it once if you're a minister. For sure, you buying everybody in there drinks. Everybody getting drinks.
That's how
I
it
could
is?
agree with them in a sense that there are times that I would go to certain establishments
Yes.
and not pay full.
Anything.
I would kind of be annoyed and just deliberately, leave a nice tip.
Right,
Because
right.
my purpose really for going there, apart from socializing, is to support a lot of my mates who have businesses, whether it's up the hill, whether it's tropics, whatever. And I go there and they even give me the chance.
Yes.
to
To
buy
spend
anything.
some money.
To spend some
Well,
money.
Can I spend some money?
One thing I can say, I pride myself on being somebody that does not frequent bars. You would never really find me at a bar. I'm usually home in my place of abode, and I am home
Likewise,
reading
yeah,
and stuff,
likewise.
because I love socializing and I love people, but I don't
You know,
frequent
should
bars
just
too
start to
often.
grow right now.
I-
Pinocchio.
Are you calling me a liar?
Yeah.
Are you calling me Pinocchio?
Anyways.
No, Jovan, I have another
What's your
question
next
for you.
question,
Oh,
Ricki?
my next question for you. A lot of people, I don't understand why, but a lot of people always come to me and ask, yo, dog, Joe, what going on with she? family members, random strangers,
Well,
friends.
What a thing to tell the king today.
So now
Let's
that
get
I
into
have you on the couch, Joe,
I love
What's
it.
going on with you?
are you single?
Good question, Ricki.
Ricki,
You got
I
an
love
A+
it.
for that question.
Am I off the single market?
You got a man?
What's your definition of a man?
Oh, jeez.
What is your definition of having a man? Or,
I am very single
oh yeah.
Very single.
and very ready to mingle.
Are you here? Are you here? Yes.
I'm good.
You're good. But okay, you're single, ready to mingle. But what characteristics? I said that word, right?
Characteristics.
Characteristic.
What characteristics is Joe looking for in the ideal mate?
Love it.
I feel like you're setting me up, but I'm gonna try, right?
No, we don't set up Marby and thing. We don't set up people. Like that.
I like a listener. I like
I got 2 ears.
I'm a sapiosexual, which means I'm really intrigued by good conversation, not just babble, babble, babble. Healthy conversation.
Like, but you could talk about video games and
I
stuff.
like talking about everything. Don't give me the on the surface conversations. I'm really a conversationalist, and I love speaking to people. I love getting to know people. But besides that, you ain't gonna come tell me about your plans alone. You know, you have to be an action man. So outside of ambition, I like a man that's a doer. D-O-E-R, doer. Ricki. I really appreciate somebody who is spiritually grounded as well, because especially in times like these, you need a praying family. You need a supportive partner. And I love somebody who's supportive. And of course, you got to be a little easy on the eyes. A lot?
Okay.
That can't be asking for too much, right?
Okay. So now that we have
That
that,
ain't a lot.
Ron.
Yes, sir.
And next thing I always see, like whenever I accompany you to certain establishments, because I know we visited certain
Not
establishments.
the bars,
together.
but
Not
certain
bars,
Not the bars.
certain
Not the bars.
establishments. I mean,
They don't go there.
we may pass a few bars or something like that, but I you would sit down. I wouldn't stay. I would say hi and I would walk along.
But I would sit down.
Yes. I saw you. I saw you sitting by quite a number of bars, which I have never been.
And he was not social distancing.
But what I
at that
realize
time.
is that women, my God, they see you. Even when you're on the news, people are making all sorts of comments. What is the most interesting thing a woman has ever said to you to get your attention? The most interesting thing a woman has ever done to get your attention?
Chocolate drop? Tell him.
Chocolate
You better
drop.
It's chocolate thunder. Get it right. Get
By
it
the
right.
way.
Get it right. It's flattering, obviously.
Yes.
You go and you don't see them, or you haven't been at that establishment for a long time, and it's like God Himself just walked in the room. But it's cool. I can't really pinpoint any one particular thing, but I'll tell you this. What I love about being in that space is that, as humorous as it might be, they look out for me. They literally have my back in every sense of the word, in every sense of the way. And for me, it is gratifying to know that not only, when people watch the news, but they could relate. I'll give you an example. I went to an establishment.
Yes.
An establishment.
Like you're describing. And when I left, the individual said, now I can look at you on the news. Now I can watch the news. Because just that simple pulling up a stool, having a beverage and interacting, she felt as though, she knew the person. She was connected. So I can't really pinpoint one thing that they do or say. It's just the love, and you walk into the bar and whatever you are, and they're like, hey, he's here.
Ron, I think
nice.
I can pinpoint one as a lady, and working along with Ron. I think one of the things we love about Ron is how relatable he is. I mean, he's a dynamic professional, but very relatable. Like he said, you can go into any establishment and be able to have a conversation with anybody. And I think, especially when it comes to the news, Ricki, not you. But when it comes to the news is not a product. I mean, some people tune into the news, but not everybody does. And you want persons you can relate to. And I think that's what people appreciate about us as a team. how young and dynamic we are, and how much into the conversation we are as well.
I told you they were going to take over your interview. I told you.
Okay, I don't think you get away now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
God, Jesus. No, Kyla, gorgeous individual. Is there someone special in your life as well? Inquiring minds
Okay.
want to know.
School children.
Unlike Jovan, I am off the market.
Okay.
So yeah, womp womp womp.
So, with you being off the market, are there any possibilities of us probably getting cake,
Cake?
wedding cake?
Please calm down.
What?
One step at a time.
Baby steps.
What?
Come on.
Okay, well, since we're going into different steps, what we're going to do, we're going to take a step into another commercial and then we'll be back with the final segment of the show, all right? So people stick and stay right here on the couch with Ricki with an eye and the 284
Oh,
Media
my
News team, all right? We'll
goodness.
be back.
Father Jesus, that line you long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, son.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut front of people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you? You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top up or what?
Okay, people, I think we're having a bit too much fun here. We actually already went over our 30 minutes, but we're gonna just ask just a couple more questions, and we have a segment that I'm gonna call "Which One of You?" That is going to be fun. But what we're gonna do right now is gonna over to Ronn. The act of a distinguished gentleman. One, why is that name so long, and what made you feel like it was the right time to do a show like that?
The name is that long because that's what it is, the art of a distinguished gentleman. I'll tell you guys a quick story. When I was in college, I was in a fraternity, and every Friday, a part of our fraternity meetings would be to dress appropriately, suit and tie. And one evening, I was standing outside of a local hotel in San Francisco, and these two women passed by, and I heard when one, I wasn't paying much attention, but I heard when one said to the other, "Oh my, he must be an African diplomat." And I turned around like, who the hell am I talking to? What? You know, but I turned my attention to them, and sure enough, they were speaking of me, just looking at me in awe. And I was baffled. I was, as a matter of fact, I was almost annoyed to a certain point, because for me, I was like, an African diplomat? Why I gotta be an African diplomat? But it showed me and it proved to me that in the African American community, for which I was a part of in California, for some reason we were looked down upon. And to see a young man, handsome young man dressed appropriately was just mind-blowing to them.
Right.
So then I would do experiments, and then I would go to class or go to school with my shorts, a wife beater, and slippers, and then on days when I had presentations to do in the studio, I would be in a suit and tie, and I got the hellos, the good mornings, the nods, how are you, sir? And on the days when I would you know, dress down, maybe not even a hoodie, but just a wife beater and just be cool in, it was as if I was not noticed. I was a different person, and it really proved to me the level of appearance. But for me, what's important about the art of a distinguished gentleman, the show, is that he may appear in different guises today, okay, but the values still stand, which means that a lot of my guests you would see, they're perhaps dressed very casual. The aim of it is not to change anybody. The aim of it is not to make young men into something that they're not. If your idea of a gentleman is being comfortable as you are, then wear that well. Make sure that the core values, however, are there. That's important to me, because I see a lot of young men in our community, and people are so quick to say, oh, the this, the that. Well, what have you done? What role
Right.
have you played in making sure that he is on the right path? Have you pulled him to the side and say, hey, this is how you do it? As a teacher, I remember doing, little sessions in the beginning where the students were like, teacher, you have to not tie, you always wearing a tie. You
Right.
hot. Well, no. Do you know how to tie a tie?
Yeah.
Do you know the importance of wearing a tie? Do you know when and if and when you should wear a tie? And I think at the end of the day, that is what we're missing in our community. And for me, I take pride in it, and that is all I want to do. I want to make sure that my generation of greatness,
Energy.
my generation of men, young men, know how to carry themselves, know how to speak, know their various audiences, and know how to adapt, okay, respectfully, and
Energy.
at the end of the day, they're being themselves.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I love that, Ron, and I really love that we're having a conversation because Ricki, for so many years, and I mean, rightfully so, women have been on the path to women empowerment, but I feel it's almost sometimes at the expense
We've
of
neglected our young men. We have,
Yeah,
absolutely.
we have taken a step back. So I'm really glad to see, somebody that I know really charging the conversation, a conversation that I think we need to be having.
Agreed.
No, you spoke about women empowerment. I know you are a very strong advocate for that. But next thing, I know that you are also, what should I say, immersed in is social media. Now, recently, I saw a post. And it was about you showing people how to make saltfish cakes. And my question to you is, what is saltfish cake now?
What did you ask for the saltfish cake?
You should have brought
The
some so we
Lord
could
said,
indulge.
ask and you shall receive.
Let's
Sure.
not talk
Now,
about
did you
all the
ask?
fritters that Ricki have been,
Been
making
all
and
the
did
banana
not bring
fritters,
any.
this
But
fritters,
Phil,
that
Phil,
fritters.
didn't you get fritters, Phil?
Banana fritters and mango fritters.
Yes, people.
Yeah.
But while we come, we have to kind of close off the show, so we're gonna go straight into the segment called "Which One of You?" And we're gonna start off like this. So how it goes is that I'm gonna ask a question: which one of you is most likely to? And then you all are gonna answer.
This
and
is
then
gonna
we're
be bad.
See exactly.
So we get to
Please
point or
don't
we
sell me out.
or whatever. Okay.
Ah.
So what are we doing? Calling the name up, just pointing out to the
Point.
person? Okay, cool.
Point
Point.
out.
Okay.
Point out, and you say why. So first question: which one of you is most likely to be? I wonder if I should include myself in this.
It would only be fair.
Huh?
It would only be fair.
Okay.
Okay, good.
So, which one of you is most likely to be front and center at the first party after the curfew is lifted?
Shit.
Hmm.
That one rough.
Joe, yeah. Joe.
What?
Yeah.
You're such a sellout. You're minding my business.
Hey, she. That's
Whee! Okay. And this question,
I am the social butterfly.
because I know all of you love the beaches and what's not, I love the hills. Which one of you is most likely to go skinny dipping to protest for beaches to be opened?
He like the hills.
Ron, please plead the fifth, because if you
I
do
said
that,
hill
you're
man.
gonna
I'm a hill man.
Yeah, he like his man.
plead the fifth, Ron.
Yeah, sure. Ricki will be the one. Yeah.
Okay. All
Ricki will be the one.
The
Me?
Rasta.
Go skinny dipping?
Yes.
No, not no. I got help.
Swinging your
Ricki,
locks and
Ricki,
doing
I
the
and
most.
yourself.
Listen,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
went working with Kenisha. Kenisha.
Ricky.
Don't spoil yourself.
Okay, so next question. And I think this one is going to be quite interesting. I know who I am going with, but who are you guys going with? Which one of you is most likely to become an advocate for the legalization of marijuana in the BVI?
Oh my God. Wow. I mean, can I? Ricky, I mean, this
We
doesn't
don't know.
mean I want to choose
We don't
myself, but
know.
can you choose yourself?
We don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I plead the fifth.
Yeah, I play the face. I don't know.
Huh?
Well, I would agree only because we, Jovan and I, prior
I've
to
been very
pri-
vocal.
yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
we have whenever the
Okay, Ricky,
conversation
put
of
your hands down.
marijuana
Ricky.
comes up, we be talking, we be like,
Yeah, listen.
Right.
I mean, this is the way for us to go.
Right.
You know?
Economically.
Yeah.
yeah,
And stuff.
yeah.
Overall.
Yeah.
Overall.
100 families, yeah.
Yeah.
Last one. Which one of you
I hate this show.
is most likely to join TikTok and do one of the new dance challenges?
One of them, of course. but she, yeah.
Yeah, huh?
Come here and say
Yeah,
what?
yeah, huh?
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, they tried to get me to do it, and I was like,
You serious?
yeah. I
Which
went,
one?
"Ah."
No rush one.
Ron, that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we still doing it.
I will be doing it by myself.
Listen, y'all look forward to Ron in a well. First of all, no jacket, no shirt,
Right.
a jacket, nipples out.
Yeah. Who approved this?
Who gonna be showing Mrs. Grant chocolate on to the whole world?
Wait
Yo,
on it.
you're out of order.
Y'all wait on it.
All right, people, that is our time. We actually went over time, but we definitely had fun here. So what we're going to do, I'm going to let you guys leave the audience with a positive message, and then we're out until the next time from the coach, all right? So go right ahead.
Oh gosh, boy, we are living in different times. I know, like me, a lot of persons, this definitely took a heavy toll.
Sure.
But I want to encourage every one of us to find ways to adapt, to adjust. I think what's going to really define the champions in this era is the persons who are able to adjust, make that adjustment. Just use your time, man. Use your time to spend time with your family, your friends. Yes, we are disconnected from the world, but we are reconnecting to ourselves. We are reconnecting to our families, our friends, our partners, and more importantly for me, socially distant, but spiritually reconnected to God. And so that's important to me. And I just want to encourage everybody to stay positive and find ways to stay on top of things.
Facts.
My bit of advice would be literally, first step, take a deep breath. I don't think we understand how important breathing is. And just breathe, people, just breathe. You know, it's going to be, this too shall pass. It might pass like a gallstone, but it's going to pass. And I think that at the end of it, we should be grateful for it. Do not allow this time to be wasted. If it is a degree or a dissertation, if it is a blog, if it's whatever it is you've been waiting to do, get up and get it done. Because the time is already passed. You don't let it go to waste. And most importantly, I want to encourage persons to understand that they should not be taking life, they should not be taking their loved ones for granted.
True. So true. I would say, firstly, I really had fun on the couch. Right? I loved it. But to the viewers, though, just a few days ago in the press conference, the premier basically said, with life, there's opportunity. And that stuck with me. Because I think we're all looking at what's happening around us. A lot of us are hurting. A lot of people are hurting economically. But that stuck with me because with life, there's opportunity. And I think, firstly, you have to acknowledge what's happening. I think it's really easy for persons to say, take advantage of the time. But I can't imagine what some people are actually going through. So I think first you have to acknowledge what is really happening. But then just finding ways, you have time to find ways to dig yourself out of this rut. Because with life, there's opportunity. There's always an opportunity there. So firstly, find yourself, get back to a balanced ground, and then rebuild yourself. I think that's what I would tell anyone during this time. And of course, to stay tuned in to 284 Media, because we have you.
Love it.
We got y'all.
We got you.
Got your back. And we appreciate you guys.
Yeah, we really
So that's more or less our time. As I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is the man Ricki with an I, and I am signing out right here. You just witnessed the couch with the 284 news team, and please check them out on the news every day at 3 p.m. Well, Monday to Friday at 3 p.m. I gone.
Cheers, ladies.
Bye.
Cheers.
In the final analysis, we have two options: stay inside and create memories that will last forever, or go outside and say goodbye to those memories. We're not stuck inside, we're safer inside. The time is now to unite, embrace, and love each other from a distance. Show the world and the people in it just how much they mean to you by keeping your distance. It may be difficult, but necessary. Let's reintroduce humanity and heart to all homes. While we can't enjoy the sun, sand, and sea, let's take this time to remember why we are nature's little secrets. Stay inside, and when it's over, we would all be better, stronger, and we would all still be together. With self-discipline and patience, we can overcome. We are, have been, and will always be the I Strong. A message from your team at 284 Media.